can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can never tell, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Mary, come in. Hi. Hi. Mary, you mind if I come in here and cool off for a minute? Lars and I just had an argument.
Yeah, sure. Would you like some lunch?
No, thank you.
What happened?
I was sitting on the couch reading. Lars came over to me, put his arm around me and said, "Darling, don't you think maybe it might be a good idea, in view of the high cost of living, if you try to keep your spending down a little?" I turned to him and said, "Darling, why don't you go suck an egg?" And that's when Lars started the argument.
Yeah, he always was a kind of a hothead.
He actually had the temerity to suggest that I start living within a budget. What does he expect? When you write down every $100 I spend?
You sure you don't want something to eat?
No, I'm too upset to eat.
Bill, it's not that bad living on a budget. You know, a lot of people do it.
Not me, Mary. To me, spending money is part of living beautifully. It's an art. Now, maybe there are some people who can live their lives within the restrictions of a budget, but for me, it would be like trying to make love in a straitjacket.
Hey, don't knock it till you've tried it.
Mary.
Phyllis, it's not bad living on a budget. I've been doing it for a long time. It's really easy. Come here, I'll show you. Come here. Phyllis, come on. Here. Now look, here's what we have. My monthly take-home pay after deductions, $680. Here's my rent. Here's what I allow myself for food, clothing, laundry.
Wait a minute, Mary. You've written down $100 a month for clothes.
Yeah.
Now, suppose you go to Hempel's and you see this marvelous coat meant just for you, but it costs $249.50. What do you do?
Well, I don't buy it.
Oh, come on, Mary. Be serious. What do you do?
Well, I guess I'd save up for it over a period of months, and then if I couldn't manage it, Phil, I just wouldn't buy it. That's it.
You don't understand, Mary. This is a beautiful beige camel hair coat with leather trim, and it fits like a dream.
I still wouldn't buy it, Phil.
Mary, it's a designer original, and it's been reduced from $835.
All right, I'll take it. Phil, why don't you try living on a budget just for a month? It really works.
No wonder it works. You only put down $145 a month for rent.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
No, it isn't. They raised it to $175 a month.
Since when?
Last month, didn't I tell you?
No!
Oh, then the joke's on me.
$175 a month?
Well, it looks like we're in the same boat, eh, Mary? Oh, it's my fault. I could have married into money, and I don't just mean money, Mary. I mean real money. What are the DuPonts, Mary? You know which DuPonts I mean?
$175 a month.
The Better Living Through Chemistry DuPonts. This was a third cousin. They had a place next to ours on Cape Cod when I was in college. How he would have given anything to marry me. But I didn't love him. So, I didn't ask him.
Come in.
Mr. Grant, could I see you for a minute?
Sure. What's up?
Well, Mr. Grant, last month when you made me a producer, you gave me a $20 a week raise, and...
Right.
Well, I suppose if I came in now and asked for another raise, you'd tell me to go jump in the lake, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, I might tell you to go jump in the lake. On the other hand, I just might give it to you. There's only one way for you to find out, Mary, and that's to ask.
Well, I did feel a little awkward about coming in here.
Mary, you should always say what's on your mind.
All right. Well, that $20 a week raise that you gave me amounts to about an 8% increase, you see. But the cost of living has gone up 9.3%, which means that I am actually earning less this year than I did the year before. On top of which, my rent has been raised $30 a month. And I just feel that in view of the fact that I'm now a producer, I have additional responsibilities and duties, that it's not unreasonable for me to ask for more money. So, Mr. Grant, could I please have a raise?
Mary, go jump in the lake. Look, we're over budget as it is. Maybe in a couple of months, maybe the cost of living will go down, you know? Maybe you'll come up with better reasons.
What's wrong?
Oh, well, I just asked Mr. Grant for a raise, and he told me to go jump in the lake. Bummer. I just don't know how I'm going to make ends meet. And I certainly don't know how you and Marie do it with 4 kids.
No, that's not so bad. We get by. Marie has started canning fruit. The girls have started making their own clothes. My son has a paper route. And last night, I held up a liquor store.
I just wish I understood more about economics, you know? Maybe then I'd understand where all my money is going.
Oh, nobody understands.
I understand. You know who's got all the money today? The Japanese. They're taking over. Nice people, but everywhere you go, you see them with their little cameras taking pictures of all the buildings they're going to buy next. You know how they got all that money? While we were busy fighting World War II, they stayed home and made millions.
Come in. Hi, Des.
Is it all right if I visit? Lars and Phyllis are having a fight, and they asked me to leave so I wouldn't scar my childhood.
Yeah, sure. Can I get you something?
No, thanks. I don't think this fight can last long.
Why do you say that?
Well, it's already been going on for 6 hours, and Lars always fades in the last couple of rounds. Phyllis is mad because Lars just cut off her charge accounts.
Hi.
So, what are you kids up to?
Well, you certainly seem to be in a good mood.
Well, Lars and I finally talked the whole thing out, and I feel much better. He gave me his point of view, and I gave him a knee in the stomach.
You did.
No, I didn't. I love him too much for that. But I pictured doing it. Even that made me feel better. Mary, I can't believe it. We're broke.
Phyllis, come on, how can you be broke? What about your stocks, your investments?
Stocks were all bought on Borders.
Margin.
Margin.
Our Walt Disney stock is down to 25.
Isn't that a comment on our society? Disney, down to 25. Disney, who's given us Mickey Mouse, Bambi, Donald Duck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Helen Hayes.
Our Polaroid went from 88 to 14 in 6 months.
Well, what do they expect, the dummies? Getting that Sir Laurence Olivier to do those commercials, they could have saved a fortune, gotten Durward Kirby. Come on, Beth.
Phyllis, you can't possibly be broke. I mean, look, Laura still has his practice.
Business has been terrible lately. In a recession, dermatologists are the first ones to get hit. People need brain surgery, no matter how trivial. They find the money somehow. But if people get a rash, They just scratch till times get better.
Hello, news people. Have I got a scoop for you? I have just been selected Woman of the Year by the local ladies chapter of the Elks Club.
Good.
Thank you very much. As soon as I heard, I rushed up here to tell you I knew you'd want to put it on tonight's news. I mean, a member of your own station getting a major award like this. I knew you wouldn't forgive me if I didn't come to you with the story first. So, Lou, I assume there's still plenty of time to get it on tonight's newscast.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time.
You are going to use the story, aren't you, Lou?
Well, I'll tell you, Sue Ann. I don't handle that anymore. That's the producer's job.
Mary. Well, I'm sure Mary won't want to turn down a terrific exclusive like this. Will you, Mary?
Well, Sue Ann, it's just that there are so many big stories breaking today. You know, I wouldn't know which one to bump.
Yeah, I mean, we sure hate to lose the one about the two-headed chicken.
Right.
I understand. You probably need more time to think about it.
Right. Time. What you think?
Of course, there's no hurry. I don't want you to feel you're under any pressure whatsoever. You take all the time you want. I won't come back until I finish what I'm cooking. Minute rice.
You're not seriously thinking of using that Sue Ann story, are you?
Well, I don't know, Mr. Grant. It is my decision, isn't it?
This is a news show, Mary, and I don't want any publicity puffs on it, and I don't care who they're for. And I want you to tell Sue Ann, if she ever comes around here again asking for a silly plug like that, I'm going to throw her out of the office.
Well, why didn't you tell her that yourself?
I'm scared of her.
Mary,
Hi, Phil.
sorry to butt in like this, but I had to tell you. Murray, you'll be interested in this. I, Phyllis Lindstrom, have decided to get a job.
Phyllis, that's sensational news.
Yeah, but somehow I don't think it's going to bump the two-headed chicken either.
Aren't you impressed, Murray?
Well, sure I am, Phyllis, but you've had jobs before.
Ah, but that was different. That was in order to make better use of my God-given talents, to fulfill myself as a human being. Now, all I want is the bread. So, here I am out looking for work. Lou, I just wondered, are there any jobs open on your show? I'll take anything. I don't care how low or menial it is. How about Mary's old job?
Phil, Mary has Mary's old job. Listen, what about that real estate office you worked in last year? Why don't you go back there?
People don't buy houses in a recession, Mary. The Lakeview Real Estate Agency is a Japanese restaurant.
I told you.
What about Chuckles the Clown? I saw him in the elevator. Are there any jobs on his show?
Well, I heard they need a new Wanda Wishbone, but I don't know if you got the right legs for it.
Wanda Wishbone.
Yeah, two kids come out of the audience, and each one of them pull on a leg. The winner gets a bicycle.
How do they decide who the winner is?
I don't know. But they have to hire a new Wanda for every show.
Mary, can I see you a second?
You.
Have Phyllis and Sue Ann met since the time that Sue Ann had the affair with Phyllis's husband?
No.
Didn't she threaten to rip Sue Ann's face off the next time she saw her?
Yeah.
Well, you better get Phyllis out of here fast. I've just passed her. She's on her way out.
Uh-huh. Phil, listen, why don't you and I go downstairs and get a cup of coffee, huh?
Sue Ann. Tell me, are there any jobs on your show?
Come in. please, have a seat. I'm Helen Farrell.
Oh, you're a woman.
That's right.
I'm so glad. I was afraid you might be a man. But I know that as a woman, a sister, as it were, you'll be more compassionate, understanding, sympathetic.
Honey, it's been a long day. Don't bust my chops. Okay. Full name.
Phyllis Lindstrom.
What sort of job are you looking for?
Well, something interesting. A position of authority that pays extremely well, but would still leave me plenty of free time.
Have you considered running for vice president? Have any special skills?
Of course.
All right. Computer training?
No.
Typing?
No.
Shorthand?
No.
Can you operate a switchboard?
No.
What are your special skills?
Well, I have an uncanny knack of choosing the right wine for dinner.
That certainly narrows things down. Well, why don't we take a look and see what we've got? Okay. Oh, here's one. Must have come in while I was out to lunch. Bright, charming, intelligent woman for assistant to president of public relations firm. No experience necessary. Expense account plus $15,000 a year.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mr. Greshner, I have a bright, charming, intelligent woman who'd like to apply for that job. Oh, good. She'll be right over. Her name, Helen Farrell.
Well, that's terrific, Sue Ann. You being voted Woman of the Year.
You did?
Mayor, I sure hope we're doing a story on Sue Ann's award.
Well, Ted, I already told Sue Ann that there's no room for that story. We're spending a lot of time on Kissinger's trip to the Mideast.
Kissinger? Why are you doing a story about someone we don't even know? Come on, Mayor.
I'm sorry, Ted. The answer is no.
Well, what would the answer be if I told you I was threatening to quit unless that story were put on?
No and goodbye.
No? Sorry, Sue Ann, I tried.
I know you did, Ted, and I appreciate it. You're a good friend. Now, can I have my $50 back? Hi.
Oh, hiya, Phyllis.
Hi, Phil.
Newsroom.
Any luck with the job?
Yes, and all of it abominable.
Oh, no. Mary, the film on the fire downtown got here too late for tonight's show.
Oh, terrific. It's the biggest fire in 10 years and we don't have any film?
Maybe we should send an artist down to draw it.
I'm sure you want to hear everything that happened.
All right, look, Mer, we still have 20 minutes. See if you can get a remote truck downtown. We'll do it live.
Right.
Mary, I went to 6 different employment agencies. Always it was the same story. I have no training. I have no skills. I have nothing to contribute to society.
Of course you have. It's a chemical factory. Oh, boy, that must be some fire.
Anybody hurt?
No, but they evacuated 5 city blocks.
Ooh.
I'm a mere frill, a decoration, a boutonniere on the lapel of the universe. Throw me in the gutter and no one would even notice I was missing.
Okay, good. The crew's on its way.
All right, I'll see if I can get a reporter to meet him.
I'm absolutely useless. According to Darwin, I should have been extinct 1,000,000 years ago.
Oh, don't listen to him.
Hello, Frank. It's Mary. Listen, I want you to meet the remote crew downtown at the fire. We're going to go live. Right. Okay, Murr will open with the fire, then we'll do Kissinger, then the bus strike, and the armed robbery.
How lucky you are. Insulated from reality here in the fantasy world of television.
Hey, Murr, you know what I'm thinking? Maybe we should dump the robbery and extend the fire.
Mary, will you listen to me? Your dearest friend is spilling her guts up. You please listen.
Phil, I'm so sorry. So, any luck with the job?
Hi, Aunt Mary.
Hi, Bess. Is your mother home?
She just woke up.
Oh. I haven't seen her in a couple of days. I just wondered how she was. Did she get a job?
No, and she's really been trying hard, too.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. She was offered one job, a receptionist at a funeral home. But she said she'd starve before she'd wear black every day. I gotta go to the library. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. You all right?
I suppose so.
Oh, Phil, come on. I hate to see you like this. You are really taking this money thing too hard.
It isn't the money thing, Mary. Even if I don't get a job, I know we'll get by. We'll just have to make sacrifices like everyone else. Instead of 2 cars, we'll get by with 1 car. Lars can take the bus to work. No, Mary, money isn't the problem. You know what's really depressing me? You.
Me?
Remember when you came here 5 years ago? You were a lost little lamb jilted by your fiancé. A single girl, alone and unwanted in a cold, heartless city. And I was a secure, confident married woman. Every time I saw you, I felt sorry for you. It was wonderful. But now the tables are turned. It's you who feels superior to me.
Oh, Phyllis, come on. I don't feel superior.
Of course you do. This is the era of the single girl. Free, independent, self-sufficient.
Oh, Phil, come on. Being single is not all that great. There's good, but there's bad, too. There's loneliness.
Loneliness. You don't know what loneliness is till you get into bed with Lars.
Phil, all right, it's a little rough right now, but you've got people who love you. You got a husband who's there when you need him?
I suppose so. I remember when I gave birth to Bess. Lars even stayed in the delivery room with me. Of course, after a while, the screaming got so bad the doctor had to slap his face and throw him out. But admit it, Mary. You wouldn't dream of trading your life for mine. You've got a terrific life.
Phyllis, I told you my life is not that terrific.
Are you saying you would trade your life for mine?
Well,
Would you? Be honest.
well, to be perfectly honest with you, Phyllis, no, I wouldn't trade my life for yours.
It's a lousy thing to say.
Oh, come on. Phyllis, nobody would trade their life for somebody else's. Would you trade your life for mine?
Would I trade my life for yours? Oh, getting up at 7 o'clock every morning, catering to the whims of my boss day in and day out, fending off the grubby advances of my dates, and praying desperately I'll meet somebody I'll really care about. Would I trade my life for yours? No, I wouldn't. Mary. Oh. I'm sorry. Oh, you're all depressed and feeling rotten about your life now, aren't you?
Well, no, I'm not feeling rotten.
Just like old times. Isn't it wonderful?
Did you hear any more from Lou about your raise?
No, and to tell you the truth, I'm a little afraid to ask again.
Afraid?
Well, I suppose you're not.
That's right, that's right. In fact, I've been thinking of going in there and asking Lou for a cost of living increase myself.
Well, why don't you go in there and do that?
All right. And I'm going to get that raise, too. You know why I'm going to get that raise?
Because I just figured out how to handle Lou. I'm not going to ask him for a raise. I'm going to demand it.
Okay, Mayor, heads or tails?
What are we deciding?
Which end Ted'll land on when Lou throws him out of the oven?
Thanks, Lou. Nice doing business with you.
Like putty in my hands.
Looking for me?